G'day guys, welcome to the vlog. Well, today's video is going to be less like a vlog and more like a question and answer video. One question that I've been asked quite a lot over the past couple of months in the YouTube comments down below is how I take my eBay photos, or more broadly, how I take photos of the items that I sell online. So that's for like Etsy items or anything like that. So I want to show you guys the process from the very beginning of taking the photo all the way till listing the item and what it looks like and what I do. Also, I wanted to share my previous processes that I did use in the past. And to be honest, my very first eBay photos when I got started were horrible. And I want you guys to know that we all start somewhere. So the people that are out there just getting into eBay, don't be discouraged if your photos don't look as good as some sellers on eBay, because eventually you will get there. We all do start somewhere. So just have that in mind and don't be discouraged. I do believe I made a video about a year ago in regards to how I took my eBay photos. So let's quickly watch that, and I want to share with you guys where I've come from. So just looking back on the video I made about a year ago, as you can see, this was my setup. I'd take my photos outside, I'd use the mannequin, sit it in front of a hedge and take the photos. This way wasn't very preferable. It had its downsides, and I have further improved how I take my photos. Doing it like this, I'd be accustomed to the weather. If it was raining, obviously I couldn't take my photos. And if it was really sunny, the direct sunlight would cause shadows on the item, so then I couldn't take photos either, which would be really annoying, and I was restricted to how much work I could possibly get done in a day. If it was raining outside, I couldn't do any photos, so it was a real bummer sometimes not being able to get the work done. So without further ado, let me show you how I currently take my eBay photos. So here it is. By no means is it at all professional, but here is the mannequin. This is the mannequin I use. What I think I might do is link down below. I'll try and find the exact listing for the mannequin that I brought. I brought it on eBay, and the lighting that I use, I brought that on eBay as well. But I'll have a link down below with an eBay listing if you want to buy any of those products. And I'll also put a link down below for the camera as well that I use, for the Amazon link for that one. Do have in mind that it will be an affiliate link, so if you purchase through that link, I get a small commission. I've had to improvise as of late. The mannequin has seen better days. Old mate Manny has seen much better days. He has lost his head has come loose, and also the stand is broken. So what I had to do is fix it by getting a table like this and just bolting him to the table. Now it's a pretty sturdy setup and it does the job, and what I'm using for the white background is just a bed sheet, and I've got that propped up with some eBay tape on the wall like that. And the lighting that I'm using is just this one light. I did used to use 3 lights in total, one on either side and maybe one in the middle, onto a white background. It was like a more of a canvas background that had a stand and everything as well. But considering this office space is quite small, trying to make use as much room as I can and get rid of that backdrop just allowed me to have, another half meter or so of room, just having it stuck on the wall instead. But this is the light that I'm using, just a simple box light, and over the years of usage it has broken here. Might be time to get some new equipment, but as you can see, it slowly falls back down. So that's a little annoying, but I think it's because of the plastic here is broken. So all I do is stand in front of here and just take my photos like that. So the camera that I use to take my photos is this Canon 1000D, EOS 1000D camera. I believe it's called something else, maybe like a Rebel something in the States. So I will put a link down below for the Amazon listing for this one, or for the equivalent of this camera. It just has the standard lens on it. The lens is the EFS 18 by 55mm. I believe that's just a standard lens, and it takes pretty good photos. I did buy this from a thrift quite a while back, and I did make a video about it, and I paid $100 for it, and it has a resale value of about $150 to $200. So if I wanted to sell it down the road, I probably could and make a little bit of profit on it, but I really like it because it takes some really good photos. After I've taken the photos of the item, in this video I'm just giving the example of a shirt or something that goes on a mannequin. I also take photos of shoes and stuff. I might show you an example of me taking shoes as well, but all I basically do is just get a table and then put the cloth over the top of it, make sure it's completely white, and then just take another photo of that as well. It's just as simple as that. And then some photos I go to the editing process on my Mac and finish it off and just polish them up and get them ready for listing. So let me show you guys how I do that. Okay, so all I do now, I go to eBay, I go to the listing, I'm just updating this listing with some better photos. But all I do is I insert the SD card from the camera. I then head over to the folder where the photos are, and I open up one of the main photos here, as you can see. Now this way of taking the photo with one light, I could probably improve that and maybe get one of my other lights in here and just have one on either side, so it's directing from either side of the item and then it's sort of directing straight towards it, if that makes any sense. So then it just gets rid of this little shadow here, because this does become annoying in the editing stage to get rid of that. But if you do have a Mac, I go up here and then I click on this magic wand. Then I do this highlighting trick where I go like that and then click delete and go convert. This makes it transparent, so it gets rid of all of the white background. This can become time consuming, and I wouldn't recommend this for really doing it for every photo because it does become annoying and it's probably not worth it as well. But I only do this for maybe like Etsy items and stuff, because Etsy sellers have their photos on point and it's really difficult to compete and to have your items stand out. So this is what I do to ensure my Etsy items are sort of up there and up to standard. I could spend anywhere from 5 minutes to maybe even 10 minutes getting all the photos transparent. It does take a while sometimes, and then if there's two colors that are quite similar, which is the mannequin, I use this tool and then go around here like this to remove that off there, and then delete, and I'll go around here and just trim it down. I'm sure there's other ways you can do this to fast track this process. You might have to Google some kind of program or maybe pay for the program as well. But the Mac has this sort of built-in one already that I'm sort of been using for a while, and it does the job for me. If you do have Windows, I'm not sure what you could use, but I'll do some research before this video goes live and I'll see if I can put something down in the description that could be any use to you. But yeah, that's all I basically do. That's it there. Now, when you go to upload this to the eBay listing, the background turns black. So the next step I take is to head over to the internet and to go to this place called Canva. And I use something like an Instagram post, which is a fairly good size. And then I'll just upload that photo. Then I'll just fit it on there like that. Now that has a white background. So I'll download that once that's finished. And then I'll just head over to eBay and I will just upload that photo. And I'll do this for the other photos as well. So again, this process is pretty timely. And then there it is. It's up and ready to go. So that's basically it for today's video. That's how I take my eBay photos. And to be honest, there is probably much better ways of taking photos. My way is definitely not the best way. There is many other ways you can do it. Some people even just take photos with their phone and then upload on their phone straight to eBay, and that's fine. If that works for them, it works, and I do think that's probably a better way of doing it. It's a lot more less time consuming. You can just speak the description as well, so you don't have to type it out. I tried that for a bit, and the convenience of doing that is very good, but I do like doing it this way because the quality is there as well. There's less convenience and it takes a lot more time. So they're the two things that you have to take into consideration as well. But the benefit for me is the quality. And to be honest, I do see some results, and I do think my stuff sells maybe a little bit quicker than me doing it other ways, just sort of laying it up against the wall or whatever. But it's whatever floats your boat, whatever works. And over time, this is what I have adjusted to, and it seems to work pretty well for me. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you felt like this video was somewhat helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and also put a comment down below if you have any other questions. I'll be glad to make some videos in future about answering those questions as well, or I could just reply to you straight away. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.